Hello YouTube. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about the power of time and how understanding and using time correctly can really improve your trading performances and how you approach trading and how you design your trading system or optimize your trading model in general. So let's begin. I have a bucket list on the phone, so hopefully that I can go as deep as I can. It's just based on my experiences.
Coming up next, weekend is a forced break. It's time for living and reflections.
So the first thing now is the weekend. So the first thing is about the weekend. So in weekend, us the trader, we have a tendency to actually hope that the Monday is coming quickly because we want to get back into the market and trade, right? And because we are upset about it, and for new trader and for the people that actually have the opening trade that actually holding over the weekend, they want the Monday to come because they want to check on the trade how it performed. So the thing is, check weekend and consider it's like a forced break. It's like you don't have a choice but to stay out of the market, and that over the long period of time when you trade for too long, you will realize that weekend is beautiful. It's like it's time for yourself. It's time for you to live, to reflect your yourself, to do self-reflection and review your trades, and most importantly, time for you to recharge as a human being and as a trader as well.
Coming up next, time equal with volatility, volume in trading. Depend on your strategy, pick correct time.
The second thing, depend on the time you trade. There are different kind of volatility in the market. So let's say that your trading model, the way you trade, you more of a small range scalping, so you want to trade in the time like Asia. But if you are like a trend following and you making money based on like impulsive bull, well, basically you should avoid Asia and focus on London and New York, especially New York Open or London Open, to have some kind of impulsive move, so you can actually have your win is big and your loss is small. So it's like depend. Imagine you are a singer, and depend on your voice, you're gonna pick a music that can actually match with your personality and especially the way you sing. And that is the same with trading. You actually require, it's quite hard to explain, but it if you pick the right time, let's say you're trading in London, but it seems like somehow you're not making money, do the backtesting in New York section and only New York section alone, and see if it makes any difference. And if it makes some difference, now optimize and focus. Collect the sample size like 10 trade, 20 trade, 50 trade. Now see how and what time your performances usually give you the best strike rate, and narrow down the time. Not only you trade in New York section, but now you trade in a very particular time, and you only trade that time. So your strike rate is gonna be extremely high, because if you trade 24 hours, your mind gonna spinning like. But if you trade and you understand your concept, your trading model so well that you focus only one particular time, or if you are a swing trader, you focus and you know that what the best month for you to enter the market and what is the best month for you to actually get out of the marketplace. And by understand time as an important element, you're gonna do backtesting a lot better because you know when market is gonna quiet. You know when market is gonna go like crazy, and you know when you're gonna perform the best. So I know that I'm not really good at explaining it, but I hope you get my point.
Coming up next, time and risk reward ratio. Relation.
The third one is the risk reward ratio. Now, it depends on time as well. Let's say you're trading Asia. So from my experiences, the trade that I took in Asia with my strategy, if I narrow, if I reducing my risk reward ratio from 1 to 3 to 1 to 1, then my strike rate gonna be from like 20% up to 60%. That is the difference, and that is when you understand that the area range is gonna be small. So either like your stop loss gonna be smaller, and it's like you the same concept, but you need to go really deep if you want a high risk reward ratio. Because in London, New York, you're gonna use really like it based on the rand you trade, and the rand you trade is based on the time you chose. So if you're always trading Asia, there is a phenomenon happening in Asia as well. Especially in Asia, the characteristic of the markets is quiet, sideways, and they do have an impulsive move as well. But it tends to be just short and not really continuous in London or New York. So knowing the kind of characteristic of the marketplace, and when it comes to Asia, you're gonna decide or optimize your strategy and trade only in Asia, and make sure that you don't use that strategy to bring to London or New York. But if you are a swing trader and you trade based on daily chart, then the intraday timing may be used for your entry, but it doesn't really matter as much as a scalper or an intraday trader. Man, this is so hard to explain in one go, but I'm giving my best. So because I believe that if you understand and if you can use time effectively, it's gonna be just a beautiful way for you to really trade and make money. Seriously.
Coming up next, build your routine based on time and daily limit.
And now the next one is time and the daily limits. When you imagine you build a routing and you know exactly what you are seeking for in the marketplace at exact time and when you're gonna get out. Because the way I'm trading right now, I'm trading indices, and I saw the phenomenon happening in gold and in forex pair as well, but they are different, and they're happening at a different timing of the day, different section of the day, depend on the pair, depend on like what you're trading is like more about US like US 30, or it's more about UK like UK 100, or it's more about stocks. So depend on your trading pairs and depend on your trading model. If over the long period of time you can scale down the time you be in the marketplace and you build a routing, let's say you are allowing yourself 2 trades a day and you only trade like 1 to 2 hours a day, then at first you're going to collect data, and when you have the data, you execute 1 or 2 trades and you're done. And over the long period of time, there is something going to be repeating itself, and that's when you know that you are more profitable at, let's say, 8 a.m. New York time compared to 7 a.m. New York time. And that's when you actually can stop trading in other time of the day and focus only on the 8 a.m. New York time. So every day you be there at 8 a.m. New York time. You find your setup. You wait for the setup to come. You take the trade and you're done for the day. And after you are doing that for a period of time, you're gonna see the pattern all over the play, all the time as well. But you only focus on the time you believe that your strike rate is the best. You only be there, take your setup, and done. And you do it again tomorrow. And that's how you build your consistency using time as a daily limit. Because if you building things based on time alone, that's good. But if you are not have a daily loss limit, or you don't have a daily like trading limits, then even you be there at that time, you take the trade. But if that day doesn't allow you to be profitable, if that day somehow market is moving very aggressive, more than usual, then you're going to be sucked in. And when you don't have the limitation, you're going to get yourself sucked into the marketplace, and you're going to revenge trade, over trading, over leverage. And it doesn't matter now if you are trading at the right time or not, because your manual capital, if you allow it to be consumed by the marketplace, and you're done.
Coming up next, trade holding time.
So the next one is the trade holding time. Well, it's also another factor about time. So let's say you are scalping. So if you are scalping, then your trade usually like 1 hour maximum or 2 hour max. Usually it's gonna be counting as minutes. But for the kind of scalping trade, you don't want to trade on Friday and somehow you hold it overnight, right? That is the first thing. There's another one is when you trade one pair and you understand that pair is usually a gap down over the weekend and have like an opening gap on the next week. So you don't want in any circumstance to hold that kind of trade on that particular pair over the weekend, because you know that it usually gap down or gap up, doesn't matter, but eventually you will lose money without knowing why. So even the holding time of each trade, you need to consider, like, let's say there are some pair from my experiences, when London open, you're gonna see an impulsive move within first like 5 minutes, and then probably gonna reverse and take out some liquidity before it continue to the like the main direction. And that like that kind of behavior in price, that kind of price action, it happened like quite frequently. And by understanding the kind of small detail about time, you can, let's say you enter about London Open, but because you understand now when you are in like 3 hour, 4 hour, or even 1 hour, but you understand at that time usually they're gonna like a swing that break out in opposite direction of your trade. So when you know the high probability that you're gonna go through a top time if you continue to hold for more profit. So because you understand that kind of timing, now you close your trade, you take the profit, and you wait for the next opportunity after the fake out happen. If it happened, now good, you get the second trade as your plan, as your experience is telling you. But if you are not getting that trade and market continues, so what? Over the long period of time, if you focus on the thing that you saw happening over and over again, let's say in 100 days, if it happened like 60 times over 100 days, you are getting money, because that is quite of a good probability. If that trade gonna yield you a lot of like 2 or 3 hours, then you're gonna be fine. That's how, by really, when you're, I mean, that's how you use time as your advantage. Because most of the new trader, or even like long-term trader, we don't understand how time can affect price, and how we can use it to optimize our journaling, and how we can actually use it for optimize our net trade to really a whole new level. Because there things happen, and one of the beautiful thing about limit yourself to not trading too many trade one like in one day is when you finish that day, you still watch the market. You still see the price action of the pair you are trading. But even you saw that opportunity, you don't trade. You saw it, you remembered, you see the time, you note it down. Over the long period of time, you're repeating that kind of practice. You're gonna see that now it's the same time, same price action. The next day, same time, same price action. Let's say that kind of pair usually revert in Wednesday. So you're gonna track it down like every Wednesday you go to the chart, you check the price. The next Wednesday you do the same, and you see price unfolding in front of you. And you don't need to trade that. You just see it. And when you see something that's repeating itself more than once, you're actually getting experiences. You're actually seeing something that you can actually use to trade. Something that you can actually use to develop your trading system, your trading model, whatever you want to call it, but make you of time.
Coming up next, timing your process.
The next thing about time is like timing your process. So most of our as a trader, we usually think about time as we want to make it as fast as possible, and we want to pass a challenge as fast as possible. And we put ourselves under a very pressure circumstance, and we don't actually giving ourselves like time to breathe, and everything is just unrealistic. So for 1 second, remind yourself, and if you are trading a proper challenge and you have a 30 days, make use of that time limit. Make like a common sense. If you have a 30 day, why the hell don't you want to pass in 1 day? It's weird, right? But there's so many of us are doing it, and that's why you are seeing like passing up TMO in 1 day, passing up TMO in one trade, passing profit in 1 hour. So weird. And when we saw that kind of things over and over, our mind got fucked up, and we think we can do that too. But what is it? What is the benefit of winning the challenge and you lose the verification? You want to do something, and if you can master one setup and you can do it over and over and over again, the compounding effect, I'm not talking about money, but on your confidence. Over the long period of time, when you keep doing one thing, one boring thing, but you master it and you accept the outcome, and you knowing over the long period of time it's gonna yield you profits, and the longer you do it, the better, not only in your performances, but in who you are as a trader, in who you are as a human. You're gonna feel really nice. Your confidence is gonna improve, and your trading performance, and you're gonna pass every single challenge you ever tried. That is the beauty of patience, and consider time and use it as your advantage. Don't take shortcuts. If you have a time, 30 day, 60 day, whatever, make use of it and bring yourself into some kind of realistic approach to trading.
Coming up next, how to shorten your learning curve as a trader.
The next one is how to actually shorten your learning curve as a trader. So usually when we just started, we actually try to find this system, this system, this system, and we try to like compile every system and create your own system, whatever. We always want to be an author. We always want to be somebody cool, and we want to get people to see us as like I'm author of something. Here is my training system. Here is how I'm gonna teach you to be the next millionaire kind of thing. But you don't need to be like someone to be able to trade. Most people, we study so much in this kind of century. You actually have everything in your finger to actually a strategy, a system, a trading model, whatever you call it. You can find it on YouTube. You can find it on Google, even on Twitter for free. And find something that close to your personality, because you never ever find something that fit you 100%. Just so find something close to your personality and work on that trading system and try to master it. And at the same time, work on your personality as well and try to shape your personality to fit the system. So after a period of time, your system is gonna have more data. Now you're gonna optimize it with the data that you collect, and your personality, because you work on yourself, you're shifting your mindset to fit the personality. So after a long period of time, two piece your new personality, your better, more optimized personality with the trading system, with the optimized trading system, you're gonna match. It's not 100%, but it's still like really nice, a good match. And from there, you're gonna grow so much as a trader. And that's how you shorten your learning curve, by mastering one thing. You don't need like hundreds of concepts. You only need something. Because imagine technical analysis, fundamental analysis, ICT concept, fundamental supply demand, wake up, whatever you are studying, they are just language for you to read the chart. So if a single line, horizontal line, a single trend line, whatever, an indicator, it's just one thing, but make your eye like have a possibility to understand what's happening, and you see something that repeating themselves. Even no one is talking about it, no author is talking about it, your mentor is not talking about it, but you saw it with your own eye. And if you are using that simple indicator, but you are getting good result. And the most important thing is you saw this result is possibly repeatable. So you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. You're gonna trust your data. You're gonna trust your process. You're gonna trust what you see. You don't trust other people, because no one give a shit about you. And I'm giving my best, but I cannot help you. You cannot help me. We are here to, at the end of the day, we want to trade consistently profitable, and we want to make something out of trading. But but the truth is, you're gonna lose money. And even worse, in this industry, so many people are go after your money, and you're gonna have a hard time to fighting what is the truth and what is the wrong mentality. But that is one of the lessons, that is one of the skill set that you need to obtain as a human being, as a trader, to see through the bullshit and to understand what's really happening, and how you can master yourself during the process, and how you can study whatever you want, but not falling into a victim of it. Because when you admire someone's or some concept for too long or too much, you're gonna fall victim to it. So always trust yourself over anything else, and trust what you see, what you see in your trading, instead of hearing someone tell you what you should do. Have a filter, please. So I think that is long enough. I promise you, most of the people are not going to see this video for what it is. But if you do, I believe that you're gonna hear things that I never say before, and you're gonna hear things that most content are not talking about, because the kind of thing you don't find it because nobody on the internet is searching for it and want me as a content creator. And if I want to make money, I'm gonna make content that people want to hear. But because I don't give a shit about it, and because I'm making the content that resonate with me and the thing that I believe is helpful to others, that's the reason why I do Skype weird trading videos where people are not searching for that. But let me tell you something. Using time correctly as your advantage, it may not build your wealth like as fast as other people's, but once that you make it, once that you earn that money, you're gonna keep it, and you are gonna be unbreakable as a human being, as a trader, and yeah, you're gonna feel extremely confident. And the most important thing is you can, even you lose everything, you're gonna make it all back. That is the confidence if you use time correctly. But if you want shortcut, maybe you're gonna make some money, but the hard things come when now how to keep that money. It's not always about making money, but keeping money and how to deal with that money is gonna be a very, very difficult thing. So you don't want a shortcut. You want to use time effectively and correctly.
Time is a beautiful thing.
Time is a beautiful thing. It is a universal currency. If you use time correctly, it can make you from zero to hero. And not only that, it's what makes you hero and keep you a hero. I see you on the next video, and thank you again for listening. It's Weekend Talk.